Hey there viewers, it's Charlie. I'm back again with another Transformers review. And today's review is going to be on Shattered Glass Collection, Rodimus, Sideswipe, and Whisper. Now when they first showed this, well, I guess 3-pack, I was actually really surprised because, well, looking at Sideswipe, well, if you know the original version of this figure, you'll know why he has this scar. But yeah, we'll get more into this later when we look at the figures. But for now, let's look at the packaging. Now, of course, this came in a, well, it's meant to be 2-pack, but I say 3-pack because, of course, Whisper. But this came in a 2-pack, so we got this going on. So here we got the picture of Rodimus and Sideswipe together. This side we've got a picture of Rodimus. And this side we've got the picture of Sideswipe as well as Whisper. And don't worry, the Decepticon insignia is not an error if you don't know Shattered Glass. The back we've got them in both their modes. And we've got a bio which actually explains why there's a Decepticon insignia there. Shattered Glass Sideswipe is in fact a Decepticon. Yeah, the original Fun Pop stories actually do explain that. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the box. And we're looking at the actual figures. Well, let's actually start off with Rodimus first. Because with this is pretty much just a black repaint of Studio Series Hot Rod. Just with a new head in robot mode, but still, I love these colors. This is pretty much just a callback to Titanium Series Menasor, because that was Rodimus Prime in this black deco. But still, I just think that this color scheme actually works for an evil version of Rodimus, and they actually, once again, homage this in Power of the Primes with Rodimus Unicronus. So, yeah. But looking at this figure, this is actually my first time owning the mold, surprisingly enough, so yeah, I'm talking first experiences here. But yeah, looking at this, we've got the really cool looking red windshield. Got the hood here, which has now got a purple flame. We've got the purple insignia. Side, of course, we still have the side profile with the pipes here. Still have the huge spoiler, just now in gunmetal here. You can actually plug in some blast effects here, and he does come with some, which I'll show later. The underneath, well, there's a faux chest here. Yeah, this doesn't form the chest in robot mode, this does. But, yeah. How does he roll? Modern Transformers are kind of hit or miss when it comes to rolling, I've noticed. And yeah, just sort of more slides along, I've noticed. Honestly, I think the main selling point for this is the color scheme, because, of course, this is just Studio Series 86 Hot Rod, just in a Shattered Glass color scheme. And with that, it comes with all the same accessories, which, of course, if you know this figure, well, he kind of has a lot of accessories. So the main ones are these two blasters, which you can just either plug onto the hood or the back of the car, as well as this buzzsaw, which is of course just meant to reference the scene where Hot Rod's fighting a giant squid creature in the movie. Although I feel like this, with the Shattered Glass release, could actually reference the scene where Ratchet gives Rodimus a buzzsaw hand, which I like to actually display him with this, just referencing that one scene. But we also got a Matrix, which can't go into his chest. This exists for the sole purpose of him holding it. And you also get this shine effect for the Matrix. I mean, okay. And these two effects, which you can actually, well, if I move the rest of the accessories out the way, you can actually plug these into well, you can just plug these into here. I can actually do this. There we go. And you can have this going on. So, yeah. And well, for the weapon storage, well, you can just take the guns. We just plug them onto the top of the car here. And then we can take the buzzsaw and then just plug that on top. Trying to line these up here, so I can actually do this on camera. Which, knowing my luck, the entire thing's just going to on tab. And well, that's pretty much it for the weapon storage. The Matrix, yeah, I don't know, just give it to an Optimus or something, I don't know. And yeah, there's no storage for this either. So, into my type of blast effects it goes. And well, that's pretty much it for Rodimus. Now for Sideswipe. Well, this was actually a really big surprise. Because even back when it was just wave 1 of the Shattered Glass collection, I just expected that if they were to ever make Sideswipe in this, they would simply just redeco the Siege figure and that's it. But no! Looking at this is obviously Kingdom Sideswipe, but it has been retooled. Like, of course, the back is still the Kingdom figure, but we do have these extra slots here, which we'll see what that's for soon. And the front section. Of course, if you know Shattered Glass Sideswipe, you know why he's a Decepticon and why he has this huge gash over the Autobot insignia. And why he has this. This is Whisper, his mini-con. That's right, this is Armada Wheeljack. The original version of this guy was a redeco of Armada Wheeljack. I mean, seriously. The fact that they literally retooled this guy to look more like Armada Wheeljack, as well as molding a brand new mini-con. Seriously. either they went the extra mile for the homage, or something tells me that this might be redecoed into Armada Wheeljack for Legacy one day. I'm hoping it's the latter. Because, seriously, although seeing how they gave, like, Megatron some new wings, they gave Starscream new swords, this might just be for the Shattered Glass collection, but come on, they can easily redecorate this into a Wheeljack for the Legacy toy line. And I do hope they do that. Because they literally molded a brand new Minicon just for this. They didn't remold Siege Whisper, they literally molded a brand new Minicon. And I think that is amazing. And the homages do not stop there, as we'll see, but in fact, this Autobot insignia is actually molded in. It's not just a tampoed piece, it's actually molded in. Like, they really went the extra mile here. They also included these accessories, which are actually intended to plug into here. Oh, that's on the wrong side. And yeah, this further supports my theory that this might be redecorated into Wheeljack soon. Because we have the... I mean, we've got the basic things needed. We've got the Minicon, we've got the weapons, we've got the new chest. So, yeah. Now, the instructions actually do show some new stuff that Sideswipe didn't do before. Namely, you can actually... Well, you have to flip up the Whisper's legs for this, which the original Minicon didn't do. But yeah, we just flip up his legs. If I can actually get this to a tap in. There we go. And that shows a port here. And we can just tap that on. And on the original figure, that flipped up the doors to reveal missile launchers. And well, of course, this figure doesn't do that, but we can still homage it by lifting these up, which is actually in the instructions. Yeah, I'm just loving all the homages to the original Armada Wheeljack / BotCon Sideswipe here. Of course, these don't fire, but still, I am just loving all the homages. Or if you don't want Whisper on this guy, well, for whatever reason, they still included the missile launcher from the Kingdom Sideswipe, which, well, I know, I guess it was on the mold sprue, so, yeah, you still get this. Honestly, not a fan of it, but yeah, you can still have this if you want. Although, yeah, I'm not really a big fan of it on this mold because the missile comes off way too easily on this version. It's not like this on my King the Red Alert or Legacy Clampdown, so I don't know why it does it here. So, yeah. I'm just gonna leave that off. And well, that's pretty much all I have to say about the vehicle modes for these two. While Rodimus is a pretty cool throwback to the BotCon figure, they went all out for Sideswipe, which again leads me to believe that they might redecorate this for a version of Wheeljack in Legacy. Maybe not for Evolution, but maybe for the third part. I don't know. I do hope so. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about the vehicle modes. Like, so, yeah. Now, for the transformations... So, the transformation for Rodimus is exactly like the transformation for Studio Series 86 Hot Rod. So, we're just gonna start by moving down the hood of the car, folding in the headlights, untabbing the arms from the rest of the exhaust pipes, flipping the arms around, open up this panel, flip this around, then just close that. Do the same on this arm. So we open this, flip this around, and just close that. Untab the legs from the spoiler section. I'm just gonna lift this up so it's out the way. Open up the wheel section. Rotate this around. Push in the wheel. Get the foot out. Close this up. Do the same on this leg. So we just open this. Close up the leg. Get the foot out. Rotate the waist around. Open all this. Get the head out. Oh, still have the visor flipped around. Move all this up. Spin it around. Oh, close the hood back up. Move this down. Try and get this closed up. There we go. Spin this around. Then get the spoiler section. Yeah, this part takes a bit of effort, but try and get the spoiler section tabbed into the back. And yeah, I hate doing this part. I always fear I'm going to break the figure. But, well, here we have Rodimus in robot mode. And now for Sideswipe and his mini-con. Well, yeah, this is exactly like the Kingdom or Siege Sideswipe. And of course, this figure has been remolded and redecorated to heck. So, just lift these bits up. Open up these panels. Rotate the legs around. Get the feet down. Close these panels back up. Rotate the waist around. Split the legs. Get the arms out. Get them out the way. So we can actually push the doors in. I suppose that if you wanted, you could leave them out so it's more accurate to the BotCon figure. But yeah, just push the doors in. Move the arms down. Get the hand out. Move this up. Move the chest down. And then you have Sideswipe in robot mode. And finally for Whisper, untap the legs. Move them down. Move the heels to the back of the figure. Get him standing. Move all this down. Move the chest down. Sandwich all that in. Untap the arms and the wings and move them down. And if you want, you can just leave it like that so it's more accurate, although I prefer to close up the wings, like so. And here we have Whisper in robot mode. And here we have all three figures. So, yeah. And to be honest, they look quite good together. Now, let's start off with looking at Rodimus. Now, of course, this is just a sort of redeco of the Studio Series figure. Just now with a beard or a goatee. And of course, that's inspired by the Mirror Universe version of Spock. And we'll get a closer look at that after I do a 360 of this figure. And we're looking at that head. We can get a really good look at that amazing looking goatee. Which, as I said, is meant to be a reference to the Mirror Universe version of Spock from Star Trek. Which that entire Mirror Universe from Star Trek was an inspiration for Shot Glass. And yeah, I just love this head sculpt, especially with the goatee. And a holdover from the Studio Series figure, you can actually lift up the head and flip these around. So he's got glasses, I guess. Of course, this is from when the heroic version of Hot Rod had these in the film. I think it's from when he was inspecting the shuttle when the Decepticons invaded it. I don't think Shattered Glass Rodimus ever used this though. This is just a holdover, so I don't think I'll display him with these. Now, for this guy's accessories, well, we can still plug these into now. We can still plug these into the now arm-mounted smokestacks. If you want, like, GoBot-esque weapons. So you can do that if you want. Of course, he's got the Matrix. If he wants to... So you can just hold this if he wants. I don't know, darken the lightest hour. I don't know what the Shattered Glass version of this would be like. So you can just wrap it around his thumbs, I guess. Then you can just plug in the blast effect. Oop. But yes, you can have this going on if you want. And if you had the Power of the Prime's Rodimus Unit Cronus figure, well, you could do like a dark, twisted version of Transformers the movie, which someone actually is doing on YouTube, which I actually think is really cool. But yeah, you can just do this if you want. And I'm not going to swim with this because, from what I've heard, blast effects can actually fuse with the plastic, so I'm going to risk that. Of course, we can give him his 2 guns. So we can just have him dual wield. And again, with his opening hand, it's going to be hard to dual wield, especially since his wrists keep turning on me. So we can do this. We can just have dual wield guns. And of course, we can do blast effects. And I'm specifically going to give him the red ones I normally put on figures' feet, just to fit with the red aesthetic. So we can do this. Or how I display him, I like to just put 1 gun in his hand, and then with this hand, if I can actually, so we can open this up, flip the hand around so it's now a peg, and then we can bring out the buzzsaw, and we can actually replace his hand with a buzzsaw. And with this, we can just plug this into his back. And the buzzsaw could be a reference to when Ratchet replaced his hand with a buzzsaw in one of the Fun Pub stories. That's what I like to do. So, yeah. And that's pretty much it for this figure, aside from the articulations, but we'll get to that later. For now, Sideswipe and Whisper, but I'll move on to Whisper in a wee bit. For now, let's look at what's probably going to be our model Wheeljack in like a year's time, hopefully. Because just look at this. He's got the gas on the Autobot insignia. He's got the correct head, which we'll see soon. How could this not be redecorated into our model Wheeljack? Well, they could have easily just redecoed Kingdom Sideswipe and that's it, but no, they give him a new chest, they give him a new head, they gave him a bloody new mold minicon. And seriously, the fact that they went the extra mile is just so admirable here. And of course, this being the Siege Sideswipe mold, which you're probably sick of. I don't blame you. But still. But yeah, let's look at the head. And in fact, let's look at the chest as well. But first of all, the head. They actually retooled the head, so it's the Armada Wheeljack / BotCon Sideswipe head. Like, seriously, they went the extra mile. Plus the chest. Of course, we have the purple auto insignia with a huge gash. And the small red Decepticon insignia. So, yeah. And, yeah, let's have a brief look at Whisper as well. Of course, this is an entirely new mold just for this. And Seriously, the fact that they modded a brand new mini-con just for this is, again, amazing. Now, let's move on to the accessories. Let's just start off with this. I mean, yeah, he could hold this if you want him to, but... Or it can go onto the side here. But, yeah, he never used this in Shattered Glass. So I just leave this on his back because, yeah, he never used this. Now, for the actual accessories that do matter, his clubs, which of course were hit the missiles in the vehicle mode. Now, of course, you can make a lot of certain jokes about these if you want, but yeah, these are just meant to be like clubs, or you could use them to land an airplane or play Beat Saber with them. Whatever use they have, they're meant to homage the missiles from the original figure. Although, yeah, they look way more like clubs now. They're more square. And, yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. It's pretty much just the Kingdom Sideswipe mold with a new chest and head. So, let's move on to the articulation. So, starting off with Rodimus. The head can, of course, move. It can look up and down. The arms can move, although the spoiler does get in the way. You can T-pose, although it seems to have trigger-happy shoulders. And these do actually click into place, which is really nice. Bicep rotation, elbows. If you have the wrist out, you can rotate. The hand can open. The waist can rotate. You can kick forward. Can't really kick back. Can do the splits. He's got knees. He can break his knee. Pivot up to there. And he can move his feet. So, yeah. And I do find the legs to be quite fiddly, though. And for Sideswipe, well, it's pretty much the exact same as the Kingdom version. So, head's on a ball joint. It can look up, it can look down, he can look around. The arms can move. He can T-pose. Elbows, bicep rotation. Hands can go in. Waist rotation. Kick forward. Kick back if that's not in the way. Do the splits. He's got knees. And he's got an ankle pivot. And finally, for Whisper, just nothing at the head. The arms can move. It's got elbows. Nothing at the waist. Legs can go forward. They can go back. Knees can go both ways. And the heels can move. And well, that's pretty much all I have to say about these three. So, complaints. Well, for Rodimus, well, of course, with Hot Rod, there has been complaints about him being deluxe at a Voyager price point, but well, seeing how this was in a 2-pack, I'm not going to complain about that. But further complaints, I do find the legs to be a bit weird. Like, they're probably, like, this one's way more loose than this one I've noticed. So, yeah. I also think that there's just too many accessories. Like, I can't really store the blast effects and the matrix on him at all times. If there's like a place in the chest to store the matrix, then sure, but yeah, I think I'm asking for too much now. I actually find the transformation to be fun though, so I'm not going to complain about that. So now for a Sideswipe, essentially the same complaints that I've had with this mold before. Like the knees are back to how they were with my Siege Red Alert. So and also, yeah, the missile can come out way too easily. Not enough that it falls out by itself, but if you like move it a bit too much, it falls out by itself. And for Whisper, well, this is just a mini-con, but yeah, seeing how it's a mini-con, I'm not going to complain about that. So, do I recommend this 2-pack? Well, if you're not a fan of Shattered Glass, then yeah, you're not gonna like this. But if you do like the Shattered Glass concept, then absolutely. I think this is probably my favorite Shattered Glass thing that they've done with the toy line so far. And keep in mind, I've only got like what? Megatron, Splash, Starscream, Goldback, and Blaster in this 2-pack currently. But seriously, they could have just easily redecoed the Siege or Kingdom Sideswipe and that's it, but no. They went the extra mile. I wish they had done that with some other figures. Like, they could have redecoed another figure into Goldbug instead of the Cliff Trample mold to make it more BotCon accurate, but So yeah, I'm really excited to see what future Shattered Glass figures will come out. Because seriously, I just love this 2-pack, especially Sideswipe, and I do hope we get a Legacy Wheeljack redeco out of this. So yeah. So this has been my review on the Shattered Glass Rodimus Sideswipe 2-pack, and this is Charlie Young signing off.